small bundle of smooth muscle cells. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can count them in cross section. So it's a 5-cell fascicle, 5 smooth muscle cells. Okay, so every pink structure is one smooth muscle cell. See how they taper? They're said to be spindle-shaped because they taper to a point at each end. Single nucleus, and to show you that it's a deep nucleus inside, take a look at this view. You can see the nucleus is not up against the inside of the cell membrane. It's deep within the cytoplasm, which in a muscle cell is called the sarcoplasm. Okay, speaking of which, the cell membrane of a muscle cell is called the sarcolemma. So rather than just call it the muscle cell membrane, it is specifically called the sarcolemma. Cytoplasm, specifically called sarcoplasm. Okay, so single deep nucleus. Longitudinal view will reveal either the presence or the absence of striations. In this case, the absence is revealed. There are no lines running perpendicular to the long axis of the cell, so this is a non-striated cell. Smooth muscle cells are not striated. We can see myofibrils. So every ridge you see, not the grooves in between, but the actual upraised ridges, every ridge you see in here is a myofibril. So a myofiber, a cell, contains many, many myofibrils. In between the cells, see the gray in between? The gray in between the cells is the innermost layer of connective tissue called the endomysium. Remember when we were doing the skeletal, I mentioned you've got the 4 from outside in. So here we're seeing the innermost layer of connective tissue running in between the individual smooth muscle cells. So the gray is the endomysium. We also have capillaries running through the endomysium. All muscle cells are aerobic. They need the oxygen diffusing out of capillaries to carry out aerobic respiration, make ATP. ATP is absolutely essential in the contraction of a muscle cell. So, in fact, it can be a limiting factor. There's insufficient ATP. We also have the end of a neuron here. So there's a synaptic end bulb, synaptic end bulb, synaptic end bulb there. So what kind of a neuron could this be? Only 2 possibilities. Postsynaptic sympathetic neuron or postsynaptic parasympathetic neuron. Remember, smooth muscles are innervated typically by both sympathetic and parasympathetic neurons. There are some exceptions. So there's not enough information to say which one this is. This is either, this white represents either a postsynaptic sympathetic or postsynaptic parasympathetic neuron. Okay, and that's pretty much everything we can say about the